Hey guys, it's Keith and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Sorry if my upload schedule got a little messed up. I've been very busy lately. It's been a little hard to keep up with this. But hey, promise of destruction. Cassandra has reason to believe that Corypheus is behind the disappearance of the Seekers of Truth, but she requires help to prove it. This is a thing that, frankly, I talked to Cassandra a long time ago and triggered her side quest, and then I kinda may or may not have forgotten about it for a while. My bad, but this is clearly the time to do it now that we just did Cole and Leliana, so we may as well just continue this little streak here and clear it up. So we're going to go to Castle of Caer Oswin. Promise of Destruction. Explore the castle. So where exactly are we? Ooh. Empty map. And second floor. This is different. So Cassandra, what do we have to see here? You're looking spiffy, by the way. So I brought Dorian and I brought Varric. I figured this is a good excuse to bring a party of people we very rarely see together. So what is going to happen all up around here? Hello?
Caer Oswin. Odd that the trail should lead us here. Ban Loren is a pious, unassuming man. What has he become involved in?
He might simply be a victim as well.
Let's see what lies within.
I tried to turn around to face Vasti to act like we're actually talking to each other, and his face was planted firmly inside of a tree. I'm noticing that a couple characters need to level up, so I'm going to take care of that real quick. With Cassandra, I'm going to go ahead and grab Rally, because it's her focus ability, which makes her regenerate 10... Everyone in the party regenerates 10% of their guard, stamina, and mana per second, and gets 10% damage reduction just for tier 1 for 50... That's a lot of regeneration for 15 seconds straight. Then it goes up to 20% and 30% as I gain more focus, which don't think I have the access to that ability yet. I need to spend points on that kind of stuff. For Varric, I thought it'd be fun to commit even more into the whole poison part, because no other character in the party, it's like the one thing that I haven't done yet on a rogue, so why not try it all out? Alrighty, back to our forward adventure with Cassandra, who, frankly, probably isn't very well geared, but I assume that this place probably isn't super high level. It's just because I've neglected it for so long. It's why I think I can probably get away with kind of just cobbling together a party of whoever I feel like at this point. Hello? Oh, he's not friendly at all, is he? Promiser's Foot Soldier, level 11. I think I can take him. Hello, good friend. Where do you think you're going? Sir? Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to return. Oh, he's got more friends. He's got a lot more friends. Okay, well, I've got Unbowed, so screw you guys. Yeah, take this AoE taunt. You're not the boss of me. I have the ability to block and stuff. What are you gonna do? Huh? You ain't got nothing. Oh, Dorian, what are you doing in here, Dorian? Dorian, you are in the middle of this entire war zone. You've made a grave mistake. I'm admitting it. I'm realizing at an opportune time. Let's just switch to someone else. There we go. Hey, Varric, maybe not be in the middle of this fight. Oh, we're accidentally looting, apparently. I know that they're
Promises. I should have known. The Order of Fiery Promise is a cult with strange beliefs about the Seekers. They've hounded us for centuries.
Is it possible to negotiate with them?
They're fanatics, drunk on whatever forbidden magic they can find to make themselves true Seekers. This explains why the Seekers might be here, but not the connection to Corypheus.
So there's people that are abusing lyrium to become Seekers. Or at least I think this is what they said. I may have gotten slightly distracted. I am so sorry. But yeah, I realized I should probably switch to Varric, because midway through that fight I realized, oh crap, Cassandra's a Templar. Not a Templar, sorry. Cassandra is a... Is she a Templar? Shit. I'm so sorry. There's so many things to keep track of here that I'm not used to thinking about. She's a Templar, okay. And since she's a Templar, she has multiple skills that I don't necessarily know the functions of. I picked them out at some point, but I didn't check them right before this, so I kind of forget. Of course, I could just check right now, I guess. I may not be in a proper state to record right now. I'm spouting nonsense. But I've got to get an episode out. That is the difficult thing about doing daily videos of anything, to be honest, is that sometimes there's not a clear spot to record everything the way you'd like to, and You're out of time.
A Seeker. Did they torture him to death? The Promisers will pay for this.
So we have a dead Seeker, which she's of course very psyched about. She's in a great mood. I mean, it's hard to tell because she's always kind of in a not so great mood. So, this is the Dispel ability, and this is a pillar of light that stuns nearby enemies and damages demons. Okay, so she has an AoE stun, and she has a Dispel. So now at least I know what the skills are. I think the Dispel specifically is an AoE though around her and not everyone else. She gets a 10% damage bonus against demons, and let's see, if I die, everyone else in the party heals and gets damage reduction. Okay, good to know. It's been a little while since Cassandra's been in the party, so I forget. And now okay, game. This is weird. Sorry, I'm trying to switch to Cassandra and it won't let me. The D-pad, when I press the D-pad, nothing happens. I don't know why. I'm stuck as Varric right now. I may have glitched the game in some way. Uh-oh. Okay, so much for learning what her new skills are. Right there you'll see Varric has Toxic Cloud, which I can use to poison people. Don't know if it's a long distance skill, but it hopefully is, because all my other skills are. Can I attack that guy from here when he doesn't see me? Oh, we can have fun with this. Nope, Toxic Cloud seems to be an AoE around me. Or it hit the wall in front of me and didn't make it. It's also possible. Either way, not ideal. Is he gonna notice me? Oh, those guys noticed me. That'll just have to suffice. Oh, fun. I'm up on a ledge that they can't get up to on their own. That means that Varric's relatively safe here. Oh yeah, I should apply poison. Explosive shot to knock him on his ass. There we go. Yeah. Let's find out for sure. Nope. Toxic Cloud is an AoE on me. Did not realize that at first. My bad. Do a quick heal, because Varric took some damage, but we're fine. There we go. We just need to wail on some dudes. Need to get a feel for this character's abilities. He's got full focus, so I could cast my ability for him. I may have forgotten what it is. Shit. It's funny what happens when you let characters idle outside of your party for a while. You kind of forget what they can do. It's a very poisoned marksman. I'm sure he feels great right. Oh, he's not poisoned. He's controlled. Everyone's dead already. Okay. I'll take a quick moment just to review... Oops. Varric's ability. Hail of Arrows. Okay. So, any archery ability so every archery ability that I use is duplicated, and... Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so for 12 seconds, my attacks are duplicated. That's kind of neat, actually. It's like a flurry of blows. So for a period of time, all of my attacks get all spammy.
As the Seekers of Truth have proven resistant to the effects of red lyrium, the Elder One has seen fit to place them in your care. Reclaim your destiny, and know that the Elder One expects your devotion as repayment. Signed by Lord Samson, Commander of the Red Templars. Does Corypheus not realize the Promisers want the world to end? What use are they to him?
So Corypheus sold the Seekers to these cultists?
And they leapt at the chance, of course. But this doesn't explain how he captured the Seekers in the first place, or what's been done with them. We must keep looking.
The letter said Seekers were resistant to red lyrium.
Our abilities grant us many gifts, but a resistance to red lyrium's corruption? That seems strange. Although it would explain why none have numbered among the Red Templars. And thus Seekers would be useless to Corypheus. He would have no leash to hold us.
We'll find them, Cassandra.
I know we will. One way or another.
Okay, so... Seekers are resistant to red lyrium, which is, I don't think, something we've had an explanation for so far. So that's going to be interesting, because there must be a fundamental difference between... Well, of course there's a fundamental difference between lyrium and red lyrium, but there's something that we don't know about that separates the Seekers in particular from being affected by them, which is interesting, because the Templars have been incredibly susceptible to the lyrium so far, and that's been to disastrous results. Especially since we've actually faced the whole, adamantine fortress and everything, and we've seen firsthand just how bad things can get. So, why do Templars suffer such a fate against Red Lyrium, while the Seekers, which are themselves a form of Templar, I believe, not suffer the same fate? There must be a fundamental difference in how Seekers are attained and trained and chosen that must affect their susceptibility. So, we'll see how this develops as we continue. For now, I'm pretty shamelessly just scraping the area for any loot I can find. Granted, if there's any place that's not likely to give me loot that's going to be useful, it's probably going to be the level 11 quest area. It's funny, because I think of the fact that early on in the series, someone's like, you should pay attention to Cassandra's dialogue because there's going to be a quest involving it. And then I sat there in town all the way back at Haven and talked to Cassandra non-stop until I exhausted all of her dialogue and did not trigger the quest because it wouldn't happen until Skyhold, which is not even a location I knew about yet. And then got to Skyhold, didn't do her quest, and I'm just now getting around to it like 80 episodes in. My bad. So what are we going to find in here? More murder? More murder! Yay, murder! Hey, friends. Oh, he got behind something. That makes it more difficult for me. Ooh. Well, if it's going to be an AoE poison on me, then I can just run in there and cast AoE poison. Ow! Was not expecting that. Okay. Turns out, Varric doesn't have very good armor. 150, in fact. Okay. So I'm still... By the way, I'm still broken. I can't... My D-pad doesn't work. I can't change characters. I don't know what this glitch is, but I guess since he's dead, I might auto-switch? There we go, it auto-switched. Can I switch now? No? Am I misremembering something? I thought the D-pad was how you switched characters. Yeah, it has to be. There's nothing else on the controller. I can't be forgetting anything. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna play as Vasti. I'm not allowed to switch characters. Let's have fun. Whee! Horn of Valor to make everyone more effective in combat. Taunting people. Bashing people. Payback strike. Everyone's going down. Because the rest of this party is actually very hard to kill. It's just Varric that kind of sucks. Varric's the bottom totem pole character in my party. When it comes to... Oh, really? Really, Dorian? You used your necromancy trick on the one guy we're killing last? That's kind of a bummer. Anyway, Varric's back up. The issue with Varric is... I put all my best gear on one character of each class, and then I have like a hierarchy of like people who get the hand-me-downs when that person upgrades. Varric's the bottom of the totem pole. It goes Cole, then Sarah, then Varric, because Varric unfortunately has a weapon that has such awkward scaling because you can't switch it. It's always Bianca no matter what, so you have to swap it out with different pieces, and it generally tends to be underpowered compared to the rest of the game, so I just kind of assumed I wouldn't take him into combat, and I haven't. This is one of the only times I ever have. He's mostly just been hanging out in town, and we're seeing why right now. The Order of Fiery Promise. Consider the time in which the original Inquisition existed. The First Blight had devastated the world, tearing down the mighty Tevinter Imperium and leaving nothing in its place. Just as there were several cults of Andraste vying to become the true inheritor of the Prophet's faith, there was more than one group claiming to represent the one true path to deliver the world from chaos. The Order of Fiery Promise was one of these, a band of men and women who decreed that not only was the end of the world nigh, it was necessary. Thedas was cleansed with fire and reborn as a paradise. This they solemnly promised. They devoted themselves utterly to seeing this come about. Whether they ever drew close to their goal is unknown. The Inquisition eventually crushed these promisers during a battle recorded only as the Cleansing of Chernow. The cult reappeared in the early Divine Age, claiming to take up the Inquisition's mantle after it had transformed into the Seekers of Truth, leading to chantry hunts that did not see the promisers eliminated again till the Exalted Age. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. So they're an apocalypse cult, so they believe that the end of the world is necessary. And there's some people who feel that way. Even in the modern world, there are people who think that if the apocalypse comes, we have no right to prevent it. So like the Armageddon movie, for example, when the asteroid comes in, it's like, we gotta send Bruce Willis to solve all the problems. That's not... There's some people who believe that's just God's will, that if that's happening, that means it's just time for us to die, and we should not resist. Because to do so would be sacrilege. And stuff like that. This is here we have the throne. This is the throne style that's used throughout Ferelden. Specifically, it's the same throne style that I've been using in the castle. So it's time to go upstairs. I could go either way. Went with this one arbitrarily. I'm kind of running away from, because there's a quest marker on the map. I'm kind of avoiding it outright to see if I can find other things along the way. Hunter coat. Little piece of loot. Little piece of loot. Give me all of your stuff. It belongs to me now. This seems like an especially dark location by most standards. Go ahead and charge across to the other side and see what we can find on the alternate wing before we proceed into the area that's clearly where the quest wants us to go. Oh, this room's a little more eventful looking. What do we find? We have a chest. In a very dark room. A seeker shield. I guess that's kind of a given. Required level 9. That's adorable. I've clearly let this particular quest sit for too long. But, you know, I've voiced multiple times the way that this game probably could scale a bit better than it does as far as letting you play stuff in the order you want to. Alright, let's head inside. Hello? Does anyone want to party? Oh, is that a corpse? Did they already party? Did he party too hard? I missed the party.
Daniel! Daniel! Can you hear me?
Cassandra. It is you. You're alive.
As are you. I'm so glad I found you.
No, they put a demon inside me. It's tearing me up.
What? You can't be possessed. That's impossible.
I'm not possessed. They fed me things. I can feel it growing.
Can we do anything?
I don't know. This thing inside him.
The Lord Seeker. You have to find him.
Of course we'll find him. If he lives, we'll...
Lucius betrayed us, Cassandra. He sent us here, one by one. An important mission, he said. Lies. He was here with them all along. He's still working with them.
But we met Lord Seeker Lucius in Val Royeaux. He couldn't have been here.
That wasn't him. It was a demon, masquerading.
What? How could that be?
The Lord Seeker allowed it. He let the demon take command while he...
Came here.
Cassandra.
Now is not the time for sympathy.
Wait. Don't leave me like this, please.
You should have come with me. You didn't believe in the war any more than I did.
You know me. I wanted that promotion.
Go to the Maker's side, Daniel. You will be welcome. He was my apprentice. I have never known a finer young man. Now we find Lord Seeker Lucius.
I gotta say, some of these revelations would make a little bit more... They'd be a little more impactful if I hadn't already done Adamantine Fortress. So there's nothing over here. Alright, we've finished the loop. Now that I've already kind of finished the whole Templar storyline, this kind of feels a little bit out of place at this point. I think the second half of this game may be a little too open for its own good in some parts. Just because there's some elements of the game that would be better. They might have more resonance if they were played in sequence, such as the, of course, the Orlesian War, the Orlesian Civil War. I didn't even experience it firsthand until after I'd already resolved it. Whoops. Still, hey, they allow me to do this. It's just what happens, I suppose. It's kind of like dealing with Matriarch Benezia in Mass Effect 1 without meeting Liara first. It's just, oh, they allow me to do it. It's kind of weird, but okay. Hey, friend. Focus on me! I'm scary and dangerous. Look at me. I'm a big bull man with a shield and everything. You should be really focused on me. Well, now you're not focused on anything because you're dead. Oh, cool. That was the Necromancer target too, so he's duplicated. But this is gonna be even easier. Let's finish that guy off. There we go. Everyone's going down one by one. Wow, that was a very good job automatically bubbling on Dorian's part. Somehow the entire party is properly bubbled. Let's see. If I were to assume... Oh, Jesus. Varric, chill. The battle's already over. I don't even know who you think you're attacking. I don't know, but I think... Oh, yeah, Dorian's the fire mage, so of course he has the, that spell that reduces cooldown, so he can probably cast... Barrier way more than normal, so that would explain how he had the entire party covered. Still, working well. I like the idea of rotating the party around. The bummer thing is that I've heard that there's good dialogue between Cole and Varric, but man, did I miss something back here? Nope. Okay, it went away. Guys, get out of the way! We're on an adventure! Guys! Okay, there we go. I've heard that there's really good dialogue between Cole and Varric if you walk around with them, but those are two rogues in the party. That's a bit of a tough sell, especially when one of them is the character that scales poorly. It's a little awkward to do on Nightmare mode, I think. I know that people on the easier difficulties probably just mix and match the party willy-nilly at random. That's how I normally would play the first Mass Effect game, is I would just swap out people as I feel like it. And that's easy to do when you're playing on normal, because BioWare games are pretty freaking easy, unless you put them on higher difficulties. But things could go poorly for me very quickly if I completely ruin my party composition, even on this difficulty level.
Lord Seeker Lucius.
Cassandra, with a man I can only assume is the new Inquisitor.
And you're the man who betrayed his own order.
I presume you know we Seekers of Truth were once the original Inquisition. Oh yes. We fought to restore order in a time of madness long ago, as you do now. And we became proud. We sought to remake the world, to make it better. But what did we create? The Chantry, the Circles of Magi, a war that will see no end.
And aiding Corypheus is supposed to help.
Corypheus is a monster with limited ambition.
And your ambition is so much greater.
We Seekers are abominations, Cassandra. We created a decaying world and fought to preserve it even as it crumbled. We had to be stopped. You don't believe me? See for yourself. The secrets of our order passed to me after the former Lord Seeker was slain. The war with the mages had already begun, but it was not too late for me to do the right thing.
And this was the right thing.
Lord Seeker, what you've done.
I know. What Corypheus did with the Templars does not matter. I have seen the future. I have created a new order to replace the old. The world will end so we can start anew. A pure beginning. Join us, Cassandra. It is the Maker's will.
I get the feeling we're not going to get along very well today. Oh my god, he's level... is he really level 7? Oh Jesus. Are you guys level 7 too? You guys are level 11. Why is your boss... It's weird that bosses so often don't scale at all. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and flatten it. Oh, cool, I can switch character. Nope. Never mind. Nope, still can't switch characters. Still stuck as Vasti no matter what I do. Weird. That's a weird glitch. I think this is the first time I've encountered it. The last time I thought I couldn't switch characters, it was because I was stuck in the middle of a casting animation that I couldn't escape from. Well, Lucius is done. Turns out it wasn't that big of a threat after all. Maybe it wasn't even worth coming down here. What a wimp. Kind of diminishes the gravity of the cutscene when you kill the guy in like 3 seconds. Oh, BioWare. Please. Please patch level scaling into this game. It'd be so nice. Because then I could just play all the game and always be challenged. Could you imagine if this entire game
He
scaled?
was insane. He had to be. The influence of Corypheus, perhaps? Was he trying to disable the Seekers?
All these wasted lives.
He could not have destroyed all of us. I won't accept it. Let us return to Skyhold. I wish to see what's in this book of secrets.
Alright, so I clicked a little too fast there, but I got something for sure, a new weapon. There it is. Vidathis. 64 damage versus 171 damage. It might be a little... I might have outscaled... Wow, required level 6. I may have outscaled this skill a bit, unfortunately. I can take that, wow, Master Demon Slayer. 20 damage against demons, not bad, but this one has 32 damage against dragons. Haha. I guess I can grab that one-handed haft out of it. That might be a decent upgrade to rip out of it. I also saw some blues in there. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a amulet. Oh, nope. Never mind. Thought there might be an amulet of power. Alright, so we're pretty much done here. Do a quick look around for things I can pick off the ground before I head to that door. But otherwise, we're going to have to head over and talk to Cassandra back at Skyhold. Man, I must have unlocked this... I'm pretty sure I unlocked this quest, like, really, really early on in my, since when I got to Skyhold. Like, probably almost immediately. But, unfortunately... Oh, shit. Inventory's full. It's an Avar greatsword. I don't need it. I will be just fine without that particular item. Definitely gonna need to do some boring inventory management where I delete a bunch of crap, though. That's one of the things I'm sometimes less fond of these games. It's funny, RPGs are like my favorite genres, but you'd be surprised how much of an aversion I may have sometimes to grinding and to inventory management, despite loving the genre so much. It's why I'm not a big fan of Diablo-type games, I suppose. Alright, so we'll head back to Skyhold. But yeah, that is something I like quite a bit about Dark Souls in particular, is, hey, just pick up items all day. It's like, oh, cool, they're just in your inventory now. That doesn't make sense, but it's fine. No tedious clearing space like you had to do in Demon Souls. Hello, Cassandra.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
Is there a problem? It seems like she's bothering you.
Mother Giselle is kind, and she means well. So, yes, she was. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
Because you're a man, first and foremost. If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium. Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to pieces. I just don't know why they believe Leliana or I would be any better.
Are you calling me fat?
I think you'd make an excellent divine.
Truly? I never look good in hats. Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you, of all people, say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
If you're concerned, then make it better.
Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
You're not the only candidate. What about Leliana?
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy. But she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think. And that would be chaos for us all.
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
Wow, okay, so Cassandra's basically said everything that I've ever said about how to improve the Chantry situation, because obviously Circle of Magi somewhat required due to the fact that, unfortunately, deep down, mages are prone to doing horrible, horrible things if not trained properly. And they're dangerous to just leave out in the wild, much like, Jedi Temple sort of things. I'm, of course, leaning towards Cassandra because Leliana went, as someone put it, stabby robot time, or whatever they said. Leliana's going a little psychopathic, so I don't know if I'd want her to lead an entire religious order. What the conclusions she may go to may be a little questionable, but Cassandra, duty-bound and compassionate and so on, may be a very good character for that kind of role.
So this is your new crusade?
I've agreed to nothing yet.
And if the Chantry calls on you?
Then I will do whatever I can, for as long as I can. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
Alright, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm going to set Cassandra up to become the new leader of the Chantry over the course of the events of this game. It seems like a relatively logical conclusion for the developments that have happened in my game in particular. That said, I came here to talk to her about her... Whoa, things are kind of just phasing in and out here. Came here to talk about her quest, not that overarching story bit, though. Although I guess this is my first time processing that. I think I kept thinking I've already talked to her and hadn't. My bad.
This tome has passed from Lord Seeker to Lord Seeker since the time of the Old Inquisition. And now it falls to me.
You all right? You look drained.
On the contrary, it's a delight. I'm riveted.
Oh, you're joking.
Do you know what the Rite of Tranquility is? The last resort used on mages in the Circle, leaving them unable to cast, but depriving them of dreams and all emotion. It should only be used on those who cannot control their abilities, but that has not always been the case.
Does the book say it was used for other things?
No. As a Seeker, I looked into abuses. Mages made tranquil as punishment. What finally began the Mage Rebellion was the discovery the Rite of Tranquility could be reversed. The Lord Seeker at the time covered it up, harshly. There were deaths. It was dangerous knowledge. The shock of its discovery in addition to what happened in Kirkwall. But it appears we've always known how to reverse the rite. From the beginning.
So the rebellion could have been prevented.
Perhaps, but it was a long time coming, for many reasons. We created the Rite of Tranquility. I told you of my vigil, the months I spent emptying myself of all emotion. I was made tranquil, and didn't even know. Then the vigil summoned the spirit of faith to touch my mind. That broke tranquility, and gave me my abilities. The Seekers did not share that secret. Not with me, not with the Chantry. Not even with... There's more. Lucius was not wrong about the Order. I thought to rebuild the Seekers once victory was ours. Now I'm not certain it deserves to be rebuilt.
You said there was more in the book.
At some point, power becomes its own master. We cast aside ideals in favor of expedience, and tell ourselves it was all necessary for the people. Will that happen to us, Inquisitor? Will we repeat history?
I can't foresee the future, Cassandra.
But we know the past. Those who do not heed history are doomed to repeat it.
I don't think I've ever seen you so shaken.
I do not think the Seekers have been doing the Maker's work. Not truly. Perhaps we believed it once. The original Inquisition came to be during a terrible time. But now, we harbored secrets and let them fester. We acted to survive, but not to serve. That is not the Maker's work.
If you did rebuild the Seekers, how would you do it?
I can't be the only one remaining. We will always spread to the winds, and some may still be out there. I would find them one by one. We would all read this book, no more secrets. Then together we would establish a new charter. The Maker's work in truth.
You keep saying that, but what is the Maker's work?
There is no way to know for certain. That is why we must seek it out. Perhaps we lost our way because we stopped looking.
Rebuild the Seekers. Make them better than they were.
Thank you. I could not have done this on my own.
That's a big deal. So we found out that the Rite of Tranquility is reversible, and that it's utter bullshit ultimately. Like, well, I mean, like the magical lobotomy involved. Like, the fact that you can reverse it completely changes things. That means there's people that could have been rescued from their fates. And that takes us to a very dark territory. The Rite of Tranquility. We called it the Rite of Tranquility, a mind, branded with lyrium, brought to a state devoid of either emotion or sense of self. The rite was required to achieve the true peace that could draw a spirit of faith from the depths of the Fade, a difficult task, considering a tranquil mind is all but invisible to these beings. The candidate must be pure. If the candidate proved worthy, the spirits would touch his mind, and he would be freed from tranquility, as well as made into a seeker in truth. If he proved unworthy, tranquility was permanent. It was only later, when the first mage attempted to join our order and failed, that we learned tranquility rendered a mage unable to access his magic, as well as immune to demonic possession. Thus, when the Circle of Magi was born, we gave them the most holy rite we possessed. It was a sacrifice we made for the good of all, so dangerous mages could be spared execution and yet productive and harmonious and live productive and harmonious lives. What we did not give them was the secret of its reversal. That knowledge and our ancient bond with the spirits of faith shall forever be solely ours to keep. An excerpt from Cassandra's tome on the Seekers of Truth. That's kind of dark, knowing that they could have reversed it all along. There's people who have been basically lobotomized that could have led very different lives, but instead lived and died as these sort of emotionless husks. And you'll remember that I chose not to alter cold because I think it's problematic to completely change someone's nature. You want to talk about changing someone's nature, pretty much the biggest example ever could be the Rite of Tranquility, except for maybe Cole himself, of course. Let's see if there's anything else from Cassandra, just because I'm realizing I may have not talked to her adequately since we came here, probably because she's in such an awkward location, way off here on the edge of town.
Do you need something?
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
There are so many tranquil. They deserve a chance to heal.
I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
I'll let you get back to work.
One of these days I'll be able to get her to expose that, but so far, not so much luck.
Do you need something?
So you're a candidate for Divine now?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Maybe it shouldn't.
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
I think you'd make an excellent choice.
Thank you. Let's hope the Chantry clerics agree.
Do you have any advice for me?
It seems that Corythia searches for elven artifacts. That's hardly surprising. Tevinter power is based on what those vultures scavenged from the ancient elves. Whatever advantage he hopes to gain, we need to stop him at once.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
So she's definitely willing to become the Divine because she's so duty-bound that she doesn't even question the idea of like whether or not she wants to be it. She just sees, I'm a rightful candidate, and I have goals here. Let's proceed, basically. She's so duty-bound that she doesn't even really consider it.